In the chapter 4 of the book Alpha in the Metaphysics by Aristotle, Aristotle suggests that the ancient Greek poet Hesiod and the ancient Greek philosopher Parmenides both argued that the cause of change is love and desire. That is, love and desire were said to exist as a cause of change throughout the universe, not merely in humans and animals. To account for the more disorderly and ugly aspects of the universe, love and strife were posited as causes of change. Aristotle states that Empedocles added these causes to his philosophy. Love, desire, and strife are loosely related to what Aristotle calls efficient cause. They cause one state to turn into another. Thus, centuries before Aristotle was born, these different types of causation, material and efficient, were being developed. Aristotle mentions the ancient Greek philosopher Leucippus and his associate Democritus, who are both associated with the theory of atomism, in which there are material solids and the void, which is made up of atoms and empty space. Aristotle refers to this idea as the full and the empty. The full is what is, and the empty is what is not. The atomists thought that reality is made up of minute, invisible particles, and the arrangement or configuration of these particles makes up the forms seen in nature. But Aristotle says how this material atomism accounts for change is spoken of only loosely by these philosophers. In the 5th chapter of the book Alpha in the Metaphysics, Aristotle considers another ancient Greek school of thought concerning the fundamental basis of all things, the Pythagoreans, who thought that the principles of mathematical entities were the principles of all entities. Mathematical entities primarily means numbers. The Pythagoreans were the followers of the ancient Greek mathematician and philosopher Pythagoras. Pythagoras is most famous today for the Pythagorean Theorem, which says that the square of the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides of the triangle. There exist no writings from Pythagoras from himself, only from those of the school of thought he founded. Aristotle criticizes the Pythagoreans in chapter 8 of book Alpha by alluding to the fact that numbers and mathematical entities cannot themselves account for physical change. The last two books of the Metaphysics also criticize Pythagoreanism. Aristotle next considers the thought of those whom he calls the monists, who believed that all is one, that there is only one primary substance for all creation. The most influential of these monists was Parmenides, also mentioned earlier in book Alpha. Parmenides argued that all the change and difference that human beings perceive is an illusion, and that in actuality nothing is separate in space or time from anything else. Thus, for Parmenides, the cause of change does not exist because change does not exist. We talked about this theory of change by Parmenides in one of our early videos. Aristotle now summarizes the discussion. He writes that some previous philosophers only proffered one cause, the material cause. The material, however, was offered in various forms such as water, air, fire, earth, or as a combination thereof. The Pythagoreans suggested that number is the substance of all things. Here, substance means that which underlies. Often matter is considered to be substance, though Pythagoreans considered numbers to be a substance. Some others added a second cause, an efficient cause, the cause of change or movement, though this was always ambiguously argued. Others denied change and movement. All of them were unconvincing, Aristotle notes.